Aloha to your new favorite shaved ice and coffee shop, Aloha Shaved Ice. On the corner of Northwest 39th Expressway and Council. Aloha brings the summer vibes no matter what the weather looks like outside. Their year-round shaved ice means you get to enjoy classic flavors like grape, strawberry, and cotton candy, while their extensive selection of coffee complements that chill flavor perfectly. Looking for something different? Aloha has specialty drinks for days. Try the Banana Split, Fuzzy Monkey, Spider-Man, or Shrek. And trust us when we say that's only a small part of their specialty lineup. Sharp-eyed visitors may also notice Aloha's local support and drinks like the Bethany Broncos, SNU Crimson Storm, SCU Eagles, and Boomer Sooner. You can enjoy games like chess or Candyland while you dine in the cozy atmosphere, or sit outside and find yourself whisked away to the shore. Kick back with all your friends at Aloha, 8000 Northwest 39th Expressway. Call 405-633-7778, and remember that you can take that sunshine with you thanks to their drive-thru lane. Aloha Shaved Ice and Coffee Shop, 8000 Northwest 39th Expressway. 405-633-7778.
At the home of the Gotta Have It, you'll find Apple Tree Antique Gallery, located in the heart of downtown Bethany at 6740 Northwest 39th Expressway. Enjoy spacious shopping with up to 77 unique vendors across more than 10,000 square feet, offering everything from jewelry and clothing to one-of-a-kind treasures and so much more. Don't miss our third Friday weekend specials every month. And yes, we're open Sundays. Call us at 495-0602. Apple Tree Antique Gallery in Bethany, home of the Gotta Have It.
Med Spa and Aesthetics at 800 South Garth Brooks Boulevard, Suite 100 utilizes cutting-edge technology and personalized treatment plans centered around your goals, your comfort, and your natural beauty. Experience a range of services from IV therapy, Sculptra, acne treatments, and much more. With state-of-the-art machines like the T-Shape 2, Eris Lunara offers non-invasive, proven, and natural solutions for healthier skin that will have you feeling exquisite and rejuvenated. Other services like platelet-rich plasma therapy and peptide therapy not only enhance your natural features, but promote recovery and health at all levels. Call 405-563-1255 or stop by 800 South Garth Brooks Boulevard, Suite 100 to find out about what Eris Lunara Med Spa and Aesthetics can do for you. Remember, call 405-563-1255 today.
We kind of want to show off our trailer today. We offer a lot of services all around the metro. We go within 130 miles.
Recently did a house that was 70 to 80 feet. We did it in 2 days, no trouble with shooting it. We were in and out, make sure the customer was really happy with the work.
With liner, it's trenchless, it's headacheless. Any old cast iron, any orange bird, any clay pipe that's pre-existing inside or outside, we can go in and completely reline the inside of that pipe. It turns it all into one solid pipe. You never have to worry about root intrusions. You never have to worry about settling or bellying. Overall, it's a really good product. Everything comes guaranteed. We do make it as trenchless and as headacheless as possible for you guys. Thank you.
This is Blake Nightingale State Farm, your local insurance agent over at 7304 Northwest Expressway. Here to tell you more about the business is Blake himself.
Hi, my name is Blake Nightingale, State Farm insurance agent located at 7304 Northwest Expressway here in Oklahoma City. I've been a State Farm agent since 2018. We've got 5 licensed staff members here, and we do everything from auto, home, life insurance, and health insurance. And we're real passionate about helping people. And we love youth sports, and we sponsor a lot of local teams here. And so, like I always tell people, like a good neighbor, we're here to help you.
Just like you heard from Blake, Blake Nightingale State Farm is here to help you protect what's important to you, because your car and home aren't just things. They're where you make your memories. Visit Blake and his friendly staff at 7304 Northwest Expressway and call them at 405-728-1313. Like a good neighbor, Blake Nightingale is there.
C&J Sporting Goods at 6604 Northwest 38th Street has been serving Bethany and the Metro for over 30 years, with 3 generations ready to serve you with the best shopping experience of product knowledge and customer service anywhere, with a wide selection of guns, ammo, ear and eye protection, law enforcement equipment, hunting, camping, and survival gear. If they don't have it,
or go to coyotepond.com. That's 405-470-7999 and coyotepond.com. Well, ladies and gentlemen, spring is... Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the GospelStation.com Sports and Talk and Gospel Station Sports and Talk Facebook page. We're at Qdoba Mexican Eats for one of our final shows, I guess you could say, of 2026, maybe of spring 2026 is more accurate.
Yeah, you could probably say it that way. We got a couple more things to do, but yeah, this is pretty much it.
It's one of our last in the vein of our coaches shows we do, I guess.
Yeah, that's a better way to put it.
That's probably the best way to put it. Luke Young, Blake Vance, live at Qdoba again, 7002 Northwest Expressway, Suite A. That's our venue here tonight. We've been here plenty of time for said coaches shows, but tonight it's a special 2-hour show that we've got queued up for you here. This is the 2026 Spring Recap. We've done one for the winter. We did one back in the fall. Now it's finally time for spring, although I can't imagine we're going to be doing one for a summer.
I don't think so.
I'm not sure there'd be a lot to talk about.
Not a ton. Yeah, that's a, if you will, sports vacation time. So,
yeah. Unless you're a baseball fan like I am, then there's plenty of stuff to talk about. Plenty of stuff. Hey, we're right in the Rockwell Shopping Center. Qdoba is right on the corner of Rockwell and Northwest Expressway. Can't miss it. Great place, big supporters of local high schools and honestly all local athletics. If you come through here, there's a pretty good chance you're going to see somebody you know, especially if you've been living in the area for a while. You're going to see an athlete you know, more likely.
Yeah.
I've been here plenty of time. My college teammates came here plenty of times. We've caught high school guys here.
We have.
I mean, people come here to eat all the time, and they do for good reason because it's a great place. Wide variety of stuff on the menu, including the all-new surf and turf, which I have had already, and it is very good. A break from the usual quesadilla for me, but it was well spent. A well-spent break.
Fair.
For Qdoba, you can call 405-470-7772, or you can go to locations.qdoba.com. That link is included in our Facebook Live video. That'll take you right to the online menu where you can order something great for yourself today. And thanks to Qdoba for hooking us up. They give us some free food every time we come here. Got our drinks in front of us. That's how we make it through these shows, if we're being honest. And it's always,
a lot of talking.
It is just a great time. But, Blake, before we jump into the sports talk, we're doing 30-minute segments. Let's spend some actual just time catching up. How are you today?
Well, I feel a little bit under the weather. A little bit. I've had some allergy issues the past few days, but we're ready to go and get after it. I got a little bit of rest over the Memorial weekend, so I'm ready to go.
Unfortunately, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah. Know exactly what you mean when the allergies hit like that.
Yeah, it was rough this morning. I woke up with pretty much a migraine, so took a couple of Excedrin. We're ready to get after it.
All right. Well, we do have plenty to talk about, so you got to be in top form here.
We're about to find out. It'll be like the Scottie Pippen migraine game.
Yeah, exactly, or the flu game, right?
Yeah, something like that. I'm seeing dots right now, but we'll be all right.
Well, we got plenty to talk about. It's all going to be high school today. Not going to mention, except for maybe at the end, maybe a little bit of college or pro, but
just a little bit.
This is all revolving around high school and what we have been covering on the Gospel Station Sports and Talk. And let's just go ahead and kick this thing off right with what everybody wants to hear. Bethany High School news.
Yeah.
I'm out here in the purple. You got the black. It's for Oklahoma City, but you can ignore that for now. Purple and black.
Yeah,
school colors.
We'll be all right.
Hey, some of the sports that, I'll lead it off like this. There's a lot of sports that happen at high schools, just in general. We're only two people. We can't be everywhere. So by nature of it, there's a few sports we don't get to catch as often as the others. So
we tried on a couple occasions, just we couldn't make it work with the schedule.
Yeah, we wanted to spend some time here in segment number one right out of the gate, kind of giving those sports their due, kind of giving them their flowers, their chance to shine in the spotlight. And where do you want to start? We've got golf, we've got stunt, we've got track.
Let's start with I believe they're the champions with stunt.
They are indeed the champions, and actually this was one of the ones we did get to catch.
Yeah.
Actually, we caught all of them for a coaches show at least once.
Yeah. They were a lot of fun.
Yeah, and stunt was the closest we were able to catch. What I mean. I mean, we were just a few minutes away from having to work out that we could have gone and saw that state championship. Just ended up being the case. But, yes, back-to-back state champions are a Bethany stunt team, and that's going to be a running theme here tonight apparently. Yeah. But, yeah, that coaches show was one of the most fun ones we'd had. You could tell how eager they were to get out there.
Yeah, we had a good time with them, and they did a really good job this season. Only one loss on the year, so no surprise that they were able to get it back-to-back.
Yeah, and got to remember they did this at Bethany High. They didn't go to a neutral site, right? They did it in the home gymnasium in front of the home crowd. Everybody came to them, and they defended the home floor.
A little home cooking, if you will.
No.
It wasn't any home cooking.
Maybe in the celebration afterwards.
Yeah.
But no, for the actual competition, it was far and away a Bethany stunt night. I mean, I looked at social media the very next day, and that was all over just how well they performed at the state competition, which at that no point in the season, that's exactly what you want. You can't ask for anything more than to perform your best. And, Blake, I don't know how much you saw on social media afterwards, all that, but the words and the phrases I saw and heard used to describe that team were joyous.
I can see that.
That was one of the big ones. They just looked like they were having fun the whole time. I don't think there was one person said I don't think there was ever a time they didn't have a smile on their faces. It's like despite the tough competition they're facing, they enjoyed the day more so than anything. Maybe enjoyed the competition, spending that time with their teammates.
Yeah, and we had a good time with them right here at the same location.
That's true.
I hope that next season that we can make it out to a few of them just to see what it actually is. Because like I've never been to a stunt event personally. I've seen a few pom and cheer things here and there just with like family members and friends and stuff like that. But I really would like to get out to one or two of those just to see what it's all about. I think that'd be just a blast.
Yeah, and we were really, really close to making it this year. Really close. And actually, it's funny you should mention that. We were at the exact same table, just they were in these seats, and we were in that one.
We just flipped
we
the sides.
Flipped. That was a good show.
Yeah, I'm not sure how they would let us or how we could do a play-by-play on that, but I think it'd be a lot of fun to go to just be able to talk about.
Yeah, we could figure it out.
Yeah.
Do a couple of fan interviews the whole time.
Yeah. And she does a backflip. I don't know how to do a play-by-play, but
I think, honestly, just if we could go to one of those and just getting the video camera out there, letting people see what's going on.
Yeah, we could put together some like highlight film or something like that. That'd be a good time.
I think so. I mean, I've been to enough gymnastics competitions now that
right. That's what I'm like.
I would know where we go. It's got to be somewhat similar the way you broadcast that, right?
Pretty close.
The stunt team got the win over Bristow in the championship game. Again, they are back-to-back state champions, which, as we're going to say, doesn't happen a lot. It's pretty tough to go back-to-back. When we asked them about that, I remember them saying, it's like, we know how tough it is, but we can't afford almost to think that way. We've got to take it game by game and just enjoy each day with their friends that are on the team.
Yeah, and I mean, it's really at any level of competition with any sport. It's hard to win one, let alone go back-to-back. So kudos to them for not getting complacent, and they kept the foot on the throttle, if you will, to end up going back-to-back. And you kind of see it with the schedule. They have a bunch of wins, so they had some level of, okay, we enjoyed that one, but we want another one. So, kudos to them for keeping focused on what the goal was.
And a lot of wins might be an understatement.
Yeah,
they had a lot of wins.
From what I see here, I don't see anything past March 30th, but they only had one loss up until March 26th, and I don't know if you can pull it up or anything, but I don't see anything else but one loss on this.
I mean, clearly they didn't lose a lot more if they made all the way to the state championship.
They didn't lose a ton more.
Hosted the state championship, by the way, on the winning it.
Right.
So congratulations to the stunt team. We were happy we got to sit down with them before that. We were happy to hear that they won it. We're still happy that they did to this day. Kind of capped off an excellent spring for them. We look forward to their return to action next year. And that goes for all of the spirit as well.
Yep.
Cheer and pom and stunt and all of it. All right, our next sport, we've got our choice between track and golf.
I'll let you take this one since I picked the first one.
I got you. Let's go ahead and do golf next.
Yeah, let's do some golf.
Golf was another one of the traditional coaches shows we caught at least once before the end of their season. We sat them down at Victory Mattress Howlett right up the road. Great time on that one. The golfers were amazing, by the way.
Yep.
And they sent two players to the state championships. I believe they sent Drew Jacobson and Ethan Miller. Those were their two competitors.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, yep.
And if I remember correctly, they both got pretty big shout-outs for some pretty good performances during the whole thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That was didn't the boys get fourth? Off the top of my head, I can't remember.
Hey, I'm going to look it up real quick just to make sure we're
I
right.
think the boys got fourth, if I'm not mistaken. But as far as I heard, that was just a really good performance. I didn't really see the stat sheet, if you will, of what happened there. But yeah, with however many there was, golf is a hard sport to begin with, and it's incredible that you can place that high in a sport that is just about impossible. You get a ball this big and you have to whack it 300 yards. So, I can't do it. So hats off to them.
Now, I don't know the team results, but I do know the individual results. Ethan Miller who was a senior, by the way, has now graduated, shot 80 in his final round. They played at Winter Creek in Blanchard. I know that was a pretty big achievement for him to be able to go to state and perform well in that final round. And I'm looking just a little bit further down. You would have found Drew Jacobson's final line. Give me a second to scroll down to that and get the exact numbers for you.
It's been a little bit since that all happened.
There's a lot of things that get posted. While I'm thinking about it, though, shout out to Christy Esco, who runs the Bethany Athletics and Activities social media pages. I don't know how she keeps up with all of that, to be honest with you.
I mean, I am not very good at social media, so, tip the cap to her, too.
So, Drew Jacobson, sorry, let me try that again, finished 15th, earned all-state honors, and looks like she shot a 94 and an 89 for 183 total.
I don't think I could do that through half a course.
I mean, honestly, I'm probably right there with you, for being honest.
My handicap is probably, 100 or something like that. I don't know. I don't play very often.
But the All-State honors there is a pretty big deal as well.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely. Yeah, and shout out to Drew. I think during our show she got the senior assassin thing. I think she got with a little squirt gun or something like that. I can't remember what it was, but yeah, she didn't have her floaty or whatever her protection was during the time.
It's funny that you remember the senior assassin. I remember actually what she said in that final segment when she talked about, her becoming a golfer and how her mindset had changed and, like, how much Coach Blakely had helped her along in that process. And you're like, yeah, I remember when she got shot with a water gun.
Yeah, I remember the fun stuff.
That's fair. Now, I do want to bring attention back to that Coaches Show. It is live on YouTube. All of our past Coaches Shows are. If you did miss one, go back and watch them. You won't regret taking an hour out of your day to go back and find one of these. But Drew definitely, she lived everything she said right there in that Coaches Show. When it came to the strategies for calming down, for performing under pressure, right? She gave us some good insights, and she definitely does live up to what she said. She embodies it, for sure.
Yeah, she definitely does. Just that calm, cool, collected type of disposition, for lack of a better word. She really, like, kind of went in depth with us. I don't remember exactly what she said, but she said, essentially, paraphrasing, that she doesn't try to get too high or too low whenever she's out there on the golf course, that's what you need to play golf. And I mean, I get too frustrated with the whole game to be able to just calm myself down. But she told us whenever she hits a bad shot, she doesn't really let it affect her game. She just tries to get on the green the next shot. So shout out to Drew.
And when you go back to Ethan, I don't know if he's as soft-spoken as Drew could be on that show.
Yeah, he definitely wasn't.
he definitely did kind of showcase some of the same things, right, in the mindset. I mean,
yeah, he did, and I'm glad he kept it PG for some of the stories he was telling.
We were happy to hear about how well both of them performed. And again, Drew and Ethan were two incredible athletes. I know they're going on to the next level to do stuff. And I remember Drew said she was going to Redlands, if I'm not mistaken, which is kind of just right down the road. So maybe we'll hear more about them.
Yeah, one of the schools I went to for a year.
Yeah. Maybe we'll hear a little bit more about their college exploits.
It's a solid little school. I went there for a year, so yeah, Drew's probably going to do pretty well there.
Yeah, and so let's give one last shout-out to the coaches of these amazing athletes, Tommy Baird and Booker Blakely. Clearly, they have done a great job with that program and those athletes.
Yeah, they do. They do a very good job of keeping their minds on track and keeping them humble, and they really do a good job. And I mean, none of my coaches were this way, but they do a really good job of, like, staying calm and coaching without, like, trying to talk at their players. They try to make sure that they know what they're doing, whether it's right or wrong, and then telling them, here, this is what you can do better to make sure you do better in the next round or however long they're playing.
And speaking of mind on track, track is our final sport we were going to talk about in this segment real quick.
I'm glad you picked up on that segue.
Is that what that was? Yeah. The track team actually sent a slew of athletes to the state championship, and we had some pretty good placers in that one. I've actually got the full placement for each competition, each event they competed in pulled up here. So let's go ahead and go through some of the highlights. All right, here we go. So We saw a lot of competitors. Sydney Haynes was a big one that pops up for the girls. Morgan McNutt, another big one as well. McNutt, one of her best placements was in the girls' 3,200-meter run, where she got 4th overall. And she finished, looks like, with a time of 11:54.33, which a sub-12 3,200.
That is Holland.
Holland. No kidding. Camden Willoughby performed pretty well in the girls' 100-meter hurdles as well. She got 5th overall, well within the top half. And, no, I do love the hurdles, so congratulations there. Finished behind some pretty tough runners from Tuttle High, Metro Christian, Purcell, and Plainview, which we know how good those schools are.
Oh, yeah, they're definitely very good at really all their sports, but especially track. They've got athletes, let's just say.
They do have athletes. When you get down to some of the team sports, actually, let's do this one first. Girls long jump, Madison Bibbs got 12th overall in the long jump. Now, I've tried. I don't know if you've ever tried to do long jump or triple
I used to do
jump
it
or
in track.
something. How? That's my question. How? I tried to do triple jump once. I couldn't figure out how to keep the momentum.
No, I will say triple jump is weird. I couldn't figure out how to do that because you have to get a running start and then basically hop and then land on this foot, hop, and then land on this one, hop, and then you go. So I could never figure out how to get my footing right on that. But long jump, I can't really speak for technique or anything, but I've always been a very good jumper. My knees don't work anymore, so I can't really jump like that anymore. But back in high school, everything was working pretty well. So I don't know what it was, but I was always able to jump pretty far and high. I did long and high jump in that, and I did okay. I mean, for a 5'6" kid, I did pretty well. I mean, I was always able to jump pretty well, and it's kind of it's a talent that you hone into a skill a little bit. It's not necessarily like running, but it's really like the ones that are really good at it have some natural knack for it.
That makes sense to me.
Yeah,
long jump was the only one that made even remotely sense.
Long jump it's very interesting, and I very quickly found out that there were definitely levels to the amount of talent that you have in your legs whenever you're jumping.
So congratulations to Madison Bibbs on her performance in that. Seth Griner, now that we moved into the guys, 400-meter dash, he finished 7th overall. I have competed in that. Not fun either. I don't know why.
Track was not my thing. I really only did track because it got me out of class.
Dempsey Neal got 10th in that competition as well. And going back through the guys, here's the next big one, the 4x400-meter relay. This saw the team of Dempsey Neal, Jagger Weaver, Arta Calderon, and Seth Griner place 4th overall with a total time of 3:25.27.
That's just insane.
Only a few short seconds behind number 1, about 6, when, again, that's Plainview, and they're behemoths in track, if you will.
Right.
So a great performance by them. The 4x800 saw Seth Griner, Dempsey Neal, Jagger Weaver, and Landon Lote compete in it. They got, actually get this, better than their seated time with 8:09.66, about a 2-second improvement from their seat time.
Wow.
And that got them 3rd overall. Again, that is right ahead of Cash, who was right behind him with an 8:10.71.
Yeah, I mean, that just goes to show you, especially in track, margins are this big, and you can't let up for any amount of time. It is literally a 10th-second difference between first and third. So,
moving out of the team events, the boys high jump, Arta Calderon 4th overall, and again Calderon and Hickman both, Isaac, were pretty good at some of this outdoor stuff. Calderon, I know, got a lot of awards and recognition. They're coming up on the postseason too. So a great performance by Arter. Proud of him. Good to see him going on doing that stuff. Speaking of Isaac Hickman, he got 11th in boys pole vault. And I think our last couple of, let's see here. Here you go. Boys discus, Bethany High, 8th out of 36.
It's not bad.
That's not bad at all.
Top quarter or so?
Top quarter. They got, looks like 30 points total in that event, if I'm reading the stat sheet correctly. So overall, another very successful year for track. They had some very high performers. Excited to see where they go in the future.
Oh yeah, that'll be fun. I never learned how to throw the discus or the shot put, so I'm very impressed with anybody who can be successful at those events.
I had a couple friends that did shot put, but they were linemen. If that makes sense.
Yeah, well, because Coach, he was kind of telling us about the shot put, how you kind of have to put it up like a floater. So I think I could do okay if I had like maybe a 10-pound ball. I could do pretty well, but I don't think I could do much past that.
I don't think my elbow would last very long trying to.
Oh yeah, pretty much all this is done. My athlete days are way behind me.
All right, and actually I wanted to mention this too. We had I want to go through all the names for track that went, because I do have a list of those. Arda Calderon, Seth Griner, Isaac Hickman, Landon Lote, Lucas Miller, Dempsey Neal, Ian Redinger, Jagger Weaver, Emma Saylor, Gabe Baxter, Maxwell Green, Colby Pearsall, Zaid Smith, Macy Bibbs. We also saw Avery Bibbs and Madison Bibbs, obviously, Emma Geisler, Gracie Geisler, Sydney Haynes, London Jaggers, Lily Kinnemer, Annabelle McGee, Morgan McNutt, Camden Willoughby, and Caden Wright. Okay, there we go. Made it through all the names.
These parents are getting some athletes out here.
Whew, we got it. All right, we're coming up on our first break of the show. We're live with the 2026 spring recap from Qdoba. Just went through some of the sports we didn't get to see as much. So congratulations once more to golf, track, and stunt on incredible seasons.
Yeah, and before we go, didn't we have a couple of records broken in track?
We did, but I don't have them in front of me.
Okay,
You know what? We might have to find those.
We'll see if we can find those.
All right, let's go to our first break of the show. We're live from Qdoba Mexican Eats once again, 7002 Northwest Expressway in Suite A. Stop by here if you come in the next hour and a half. You'll still see us here talking about all the recent news in sports. Qdoba Mexican Eats, they do dine-in, they do takeout, they also do catering. Ask about that when you stop by or call 405-470-7772. Back after this. Say aloha to your new favorite shaved ice and coffee shop, Aloha Shaved Ice, on the corner of Northwest 39th Expressway and Council. Aloha brings the summer vibes no matter what the weather looks like outside. Their year-round shaved ice means you get to enjoy classic flavors like grape, strawberry, and cotton candy, while their extensive selection of coffee complements that chill flavor perfectly. Looking for something different? Aloha has specialty drinks for days. Try the Banana Split, Fuzzy Monkey, Spider-Man, or Shrek. And trust us when we say that's only a small part of their specialty lineup. Sharp-eyed visitors may also notice Aloha's local support and drinks like the Bethany Broncos, SNU Crimson Storm, SCU Eagles, and Boomer Sooner. You can enjoy games like chess or Candyland while you dine in the cozy atmosphere, or sit outside and find yourself whisked away to the shore. Kick back with all your friends at Aloha, 8000 Northwest 39th Expressway. Call 405-633-7778, and remember that you can take that sunshine with you thanks to their drive-thru lane. Aloha Shaved Ice and Coffee Shop, 8000 Northwest 39th Expressway. 405-633-7778. Need more money? Then save more money at Nimini Auto Group, 5951 Northwest 39th Expressway in Bethany. Nimini Auto Group is where your budget meets the open road, with high-quality used vehicles at prices that won't break the bank. Step into a world of automotive wonder with many different makes and models, as well as flexible financing options, all supported by our friendly and helpful staff. Got a trade-in you want valued, or looking to browse the lot yourself? Call 405-470-0141. Let's find your next ride at Nimini Auto today. Stop by 5951 Northwest 39th Expressway, 405-470-0141. Tired of getting gouged by overpriced department or public laundry facilities? Us too. That's why we stop by Essential Laundry Express in OKC, 7936 North MacArthur Boulevard. Open daily from 8 to 8, Essential Laundry offers pickup, delivery, self-serve services, alongside washing, drying, and folding services to boot. Locally owned and operated, Essential Laundry takes exceptional care of your clothes. It even offers added perks like a kids corner and value add centers that make it the essential laundry center for express services. Essential Laundry Express, 405-449-3610. This is Blake Nightingale State Farm, your local insurance agent over at 7304 Northwest Expressway. Here to tell you more about the business is Blake himself.
Hi, my name is Blake Nightingale, State Farm insurance agent located at 7304 Northwest Expressway here in Oklahoma City. I've been a State Farm agent since 2018. We've got 5 licensed staff members here, and we do everything from auto, home, life insurance, and health insurance. And we're real passionate about helping people. And we love youth sports, and we sponsor a lot of local teams here. And so, like I always tell people, like a good neighbor, we're here to help you.
Just like you heard from Blake, Blake Nightingale State Farm is here to help you protect what's important to you, because your car and home aren't just things. They're where you make your memories. Visit Blake and his friendly staff at 7304 Northwest Expressway and call them at 405-728-1313. Like a good neighbor, Blake Nightingale is there. Well, ladies and gentlemen, spring is here. And when you need help with all your tools, lawnmowers, and more, Evans Hardware out here in Midwest City is the place to be. 1021 South Douglas Boulevard. In the springtime, lawnmower maintenance is more important than ever. In Evans Hardware, it's the place to go for all your lawnmower maintenance tools. They've got seat repair, they've got brand new handles, blade sharpeners, and cleaners, and of course new belts line the walls as well. Remember, when you need lawnmower maintenance, power tools, stuff for the garden, and everything in between, Evans Hardware in Midwest City, 1021 South Douglas Boulevard is the place to go. Do it best here at Evans Hardware.
C&J Sporting Goods at 6604 Northwest 38th Street has been serving Bethany and the Metro for over 30 years, with 3 generations ready to serve you with the best shopping experience of product knowledge and customer service anywhere, with a wide selection of guns, ammo, ear and eye protection, law enforcement equipment, hunting, camping, and survival gear. If they don't have it, they will order it for you. Veteran owned and family operated. Call 405-789-8102. C&J Sporting Goods. At the home of the Gotta Have It, you'll find Apple Tree Antique Gallery, located in the heart of downtown Bethany at 6740 Northwest 39th Expressway. Enjoy spacious shopping with up to 77 unique vendors across more than 10,000 square feet, offering everything from jewelry and clothing to one-of-a-kind treasures and so much more. Don't miss our third Friday weekend specials every month, and yes, we're open Sundays. Call us at 495-0602. Apple Tree Antique Gallery in Bethany, home of the Gotta Have It.
And we are back for segment number 2, live with the Spring Recap Show 2026, live at Qdoba. We're at 7002 Northwest Expressway in Suite A. Make sure you call 405-470-7772 for Qdoba. They're open 10:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. every single day, so you can stop by here, get some great Mexican meals at a price that can't be beat. Download the Qdoba app where you can find plenty of deals. They also do dine-in, takeout, and catering services, which is pretty cool for your next event. I'm a big fan of the quesadillas. I know you like the bowls, but if you're looking for something new, they've got the surf and turf up there, and of course a free queso and guac on any create your own entree. Great stuff.
And those churro chips ain't bad either, so stop on by.
All right, here on this segment, before we go to our next sport, you've got some of those
records.
Yes,
so I was able to find these records. Seth Griner broke the record for 400-meter dash, 49.66, which for those of you who don't know, that's fast. And then that record was held by Dalton Stout, his coach, who had the previous record at 49.95. And then there was a 43-year-old record broken by Wright, Bibbs, McNutt, and Geisler, 4x800 relay, previously held by Strahan, Murray, Dottie, and Ackerman in 1982. Prior time was 10:27:24. Theirs was 10:26:26, so about a minute. And then the new school record for high jump, which was held by Jeff Lyles prior in the season. Arthur Calderon with a high jump of 6'6".
literally taller than we are.
Yeah.
By a good bit.
Basically, he jumped over SGA, essentially. So, anyway, that's and then, another record, 1,600-meter. Previous one was 5:27:30, and the new record is now 5:24:27 by Morgan McNutt. So, lots of records broken.
You got to be a pretty good coach if you're coaching the kid that breaks your record.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like 4 records broken that we heard about on that show. So, congrats to all those kids.
Yeah, you got to be doing something right.
You got to do something right. You got to have some type of talent for it, but coaches will enhance that talent.
Well, here you go. Here's another coach that has been doing things right with their program. Coach Robert Lee and his staff for baseball had a great year that saw them back in the playoffs, and we're going to talk about them coming up right now. All right, starting with baseball, I guess the first thing we're going to say is the overall record, and we'll get into this. 15-13 on the season, 8-6 in district play, and this all includes playoffs. They ended up 4th in the district. They went down to Blanchard for the regionals, lost eventually there to both Blanchard and Cache to end their season. They ended 4-2 versus Class 6A, 2-1 versus Class 5A, and 9-10 versus Class 4A. But one of the best parts of the schedule, if you ask me, was a full month where they didn't lose. They had a 9-game streak from March 23rd to about April 1st for that last final week. It was impressive stuff.
Yeah, it was probably a little bit over a month, maybe 6 weeks, where they just did not lose at all.
Season highlights to me, and you might have a few different ones here.
Yep.
Season highlights included a Cooper Willis perfect game to begin the season versus Star Spencer.
That was a good one.
You had multiple dominant pitching and hitting performances from Connor Sidness, which earned him his little flowers there you're looking at.
Yep. I was just about to bring it up. So big shout out to Connor Sidness. I don't know if he's watching, but he is on the 2026 Oklahoma State Games OKC baseball team. So great job for him. He's with some pretty solid names right here. There's a couple that we happen to see during the course of the season between Tuttle and our game of the week with Deer Creek and UConn with Kai Horn. So he was no slouch, and just really good stuff for Connor Sidness.
Elite company for an elite lefty.
Yeah, the big lefty we call him.
The freshman KDP, Corey Draper-Widener, got the win in the Bryson Kale tournament, stepped in a big situation, closed it out for the squad.
Yep, he really blew it right past him.
Coach Robert Lee, of course, we mentioned him. He got his 200th win as high school head coach this season.
That was cool to be there for.
Yeah, one of our favorite interviews by far.
That was a good one.
And he got to sign baseball, and it was this whole big thing. That was a good moment.
Yeah, I enjoyed that interview. That was one of my most fun interviews this season.
And one of the last highlights that came to my mind when I was doing my notes, the senior, Trip Williams.
Yep.
He comes up clutch in the comeback bid in the final game of the regular season versus Putnam City West, and he propels his team to a last-minute victory as they begin to start playoffs.
The last half inning of that game, you didn't see it, but maybe the cameras caught it, but he looked straight at us in the camera and pointed and said, "Hey, don't worry, I got this," and almost just hit a nuke. He barely missed it. I thought, did he just seriously call his shot and walk it off? But that was one of my big highlights.
I mean, he basically walked it off.
He essentially did.
Yeah, it was pretty close.
That was awesome. I thought that was one of the most awesome things I've ever been a part of live.
Some other standout players included Brody McLaren, Jaden Rose, Cooper Suarez, Damon Aguilar, Max Lloyd, Cruz Burleson, and the list goes on and on and on and on here.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very good squad.
You've got a lot of other freshmen like Othan and Bellows that saw a lot of playing time. Ozzie Brown,
shout out to Lil Bellows.
You got a lot of players that really performed well for Bethany.
Yeah. And don't forget Stoley. He had a hand in a couple of victories.
I said Melton.
Okay.
But here's two names I hadn't mentioned yet. The seniors, Carter Thomas.
Yep.
And we mentioned Trip Williams, but the manager, Max Johnson.
Yep.
And these were all names that really were celebrated this year, I think.
Yeah, they were. It's a shame that Carter got hurt. So I think he's pretty much on the mend now. I think he said he'd be ready to play ball by about June. So we're right around where his healing process should be.
Which that is always good though if you're staying on track. Yeah, I would have wished for him to stay, healthy all year. It would have been crazy to see what he could do with that lineup and that team.
Yeah, that would have been awesome.
That's not how life plays out. That's not how the sport plays out sometimes.
Yeah, injuries happen. So, I mean, big prayers out to him. And I think Brody, he should be right around healed up here in about a week or two. So. Yeah,
I was going to say the same thing. Brody had his injury he was dealing with. Willis had an injury he was dealing with.
Yeah,
sports.
I mean, that's just how it is. I'll be like, I got hurt all the time playing sports, so I can't really say much.
All right. Now, I do have one thing I want to play, and then we'll really deep dive into some of these. Look for those names in this video that pops up. See if you can recognize the people. We're going to go ahead and play those right now. Welcome back to Bronco Baseball in Bethany, Oklahoma. A lot of great players have taken this field, but tonight we're honoring 3 in particular. It's an 85 degrees and beautiful day outside for senior night 2026. Look at that. The field is ready. The fans are ready. and the Western Heights Jets are ready as well. All that remains to be seen is who leaves this field with the win.
Brody and Carter are two big guys on the night.
We are here with the man of the hour, Mr. Cooper Suarez. This is our Blake Nightingale player of the game.
We're here post-game with one of the only Connor Sindus starting DH today.
The player of the game by Blake Nightingale, Corey Draper Whitner. Well, we're here with Trip Williams and Cooper Suarez. We got the man himself, Cooper Willis, right here. 10 strikeouts on the day, a couple of hits to his name.
Just believing in myself to get it out, Just really, finding the swing, like he said, and just doing what I can to help us win these district games.
Yeah, I just had a lot of trust in my defense to make the plays, and I mean, I was told by Coach Willis to throw strikes, and that's exactly what I did. Yeah, it's great. I feel like I can just throw it right down the middle, and I know that they're going to make the plays, and that's exactly what they did, and it was good. And then we had Carter and Damien come in, and they did the same thing I did, and it was good.
We shouldn't go out there, play our game. Doesn't matter where we're at, what the other team's doing. We just got to do what we do.
Pretty confident. Came out the gate blowing it by them. Yeah! I was proud of my teammates. They had my back. Just being nonstop amazing.
You already know I'm consistent every day. When it comes to life, brushing my teeth, doing everything. I'm consistent in life.
It's just awesome. I don't know. I had a feeling in the field. I was like, man, I'm gonna hit this ball pretty far. And then I was walking up there. I was like looking at these guys, and I said, I'm gonna do it. I don't know. It felt really good. These games at the end of the season really help carry the momentum and really help push the team into a central goal and helps the chain really roll together.
Outstanding job by my defense. Shout out my boy Brody. Great plays. Connor Sindus. I love them.
Coach, 200 wins. That's not an easy thing to do. How's it feel like getting it with these guys?
Awesome. I tried to say that in our group talk down there and just butchered it, but it means a lot. When you get to do this with people you love, it means everything. And so it's just been a great night. They've gone on a nice little run, and we want to kind of keep it going. So it's pretty good.
Cooper Willis, Coach, congratulations on 200 wins. We got a ball right there. There it is. Yeah. There it is.
Hey, with the Bethany Broncos, our whole lives are consistent. Everything we do day in and day out, everything we do. Yeah, that's all we have to say.
All right. Well, that'll do it for us. Cooper Suarez, Trip Williams. Good luck out there at Blanchard. Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll let it in post. Don't worry about it. But there you have it. Hey, come on in. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go. There you go. All right, we'll see you on the playoffs.
Okay, that's pretty funny. That's pretty funny.
That was so fun.
It's pretty good. Those guys.
They know how to party. Let's just say that.
They do. They're high school baseball players.
Oh, yeah.
We had such a great time with them this
year.
Yeah,
they were so much fun.
Yeah, they definitely. When we saw that baseball was coming up, I finally got that time. I was like, I had so many different ideas going through my head, like what all we could go out there and do with them. I was like, I know one thing, so I want to make baseball awesome this year, and I think we did pretty good.
I think we did okay.
I think we did all right.
I think we did a pretty solid job on that.
It could have been worse for sure.
Much worse.
But I'm glad that the guys enjoyed it. They seemed to enjoy it.
They really enjoyed it. Me and Cruz's little rivalry there, but it was a good time.
Yeah, I hope everybody enjoyed that video. That was also a lot of fun to put together, by the way. But let's talk more in depth about this baseball team. Right, not a lot of seniors, not even a lot of upperclassmen. Very underclassmen heavy.
Yeah,
they still found a way to make the playoffs, finish top half.
Yeah, they did very well this season. The record didn't really reflect how good they actually were, if you ask me. Because what would happen often is they would get behind by like 2 or 3 runs and then try to get it all back with one swing. So, and it was like they're down 2 or 3. The leadoff batter tried to hit a home run to get all 3 runs back. So they would like just kind of sink into a little. It's bad phrasing, but a little bit of panic mode. They were trying to get the whole thing back, but they played very well.
Twisted Scissors and Cuts by Dez take style to another level for men, women, and children of all ages. Sitting at 104 South Castle Rock Lane in Mustang, and with more than 15 years of combined experience, you'll find your new favorite salon in Twisted Scissors and Cuts by Dez. Call 405-589-8186 to book an appointment and find out more about the services these amazing ladies offer, all right in the heart of Mustang, Oklahoma. Highly rated and all local, stop by 104 South Castle Rock Lane in Mustang or call 405-589-8186 today. Need more money? Then save more money at Nimini Auto Group, 5951 Northwest 39th Expressway in Bethany. Nimini Auto Group is where your budget meets the open road with high-quality used vehicles at prices that won't break the bank. Step into a world of automotive wonder with many different makes and models, as well as flexible financing options, all supported by our friendly and helpful staff. Got a trade-in you want valued or looking to browse the lot yourself? Call 405-470-0141. Let's find your next ride at Nimini Auto today. Stop by 5951 Northwest 39th Expressway, 405-470-0141.
We kind of want to show off our trailer today. We offer a lot of services all around the metro. We go within 130 miles.
Recently did a house that was 70 to 80 feet. We did it in 2 days, no trouble with shooting it. We were in and out, make sure the customer was really happy with the work.
With liner, it's trenchless, it's headacheless. Any old cast iron, any Orangeburg, any clay pipe that's pre-existing inside or outside, we can go in and completely reline the inside of that pipe. It turns it all into one solid pipe. You never have to worry about root intrusions. You never have to worry about settling or bellying. Overall, it's a really good product. Everything comes guaranteed. We do make it as trenchless and as headacheless as possible for you guys. Thank you.
Stephanie's Vintique and the Plaster Paint Company is all Oklahoma made at 3821 Asbury in Bethany, featuring vintage, chalk paint, antiques, clothing, vegan soaps and lotion, homemade cards, decor, and furniture. And space is available for rent to start your own business at Stephanie's Vintique and Plaster Paint Company. Call 405-249-3604 and see why people are coming from all over the metro for this paint and decor. Or you can visit us at theplasterpaintcompany.com and also see us on Facebook. Stephanie's Vintique and Plaster Paint Company in Bethany. Start your Vintique experience.
C&J Sporting Goods at 6604 Northwest 38th Street has been serving Bethany and the Metro for over 30 years, with 3 generations ready to serve you with the best shopping experience of product knowledge and customer service anywhere, with a wide selection of guns, ammo, ear and eye protection, law enforcement equipment, hunting, camping, and survival gear. If they don't have it, they will order it for you. Veteran owned and family operated. Call 405-789-8102. C&J Sporting Goods. At the home of the Gotta Have It, you'll find Apple Tree Antique Gallery, located in the heart of downtown Bethany at 6740 Northwest 39th Expressway. Enjoy spacious shopping with up to 77 unique vendors across more than 10,000 square feet, offering everything from jewelry and clothing to one-of-a-kind treasures and so much more. Don't miss our third Friday weekend specials every month. And yes, we're open Sundays. Call us at 495-0602. Apple Tree Antique Gallery in Bethany, home of the Gotta Have It.
Welcome back to the 2026 Spring Recap Show, live at Qdoba Mexican Eats here in Northwest Oklahoma City. This is 7002 Northwest Expressway, Suite A, right on the corner of Rockwell and the Expressway, obviously. And this is now segment number 3 and half number 2. Quarter number 3, if you will. Call 405-470-7772 for Qdoba. You can see a little bit of the dine-in area in the background. As we have now passed 5 o'clock p.m., people more often are going to start coming through for dinner. It's a great place to eat, wide open but clean, and they've got super friendly staff to help you.
Yeah, we see the 5 o'clock traffic kicking up outside this window here, but just stop by, and if y'all want to come talk to us a little bit, then feel free. We'd love to see you. And, yeah, it's super clean here. Got a bunch of good stuff here. The bowls, quesadillas, whatever you really want. It's incredible.
Speaking of outside the window, both indoor and outdoor dining here at Qdoba.
Yeah, there you go.
And on a day like today, now it's kind of pretty nice outside. It'd be a good day to come and take advantage of that.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind a little patio bowl.
Yeah, me neither. We might have to do that after the show. I think we just submitted our coming plans for the rest of the day.
We might be, and then go home and watch this Thunder game.
All right. Thanks again to Qdoba for letting us come by here. Thanks to them for sponsoring the show. Segment number 3, it's time to talk about the second state champion that Bethany had this year, or this spring, I'll say, in the soccer team, the girls' soccer team to be exact. But we're talking about both on this one. The guys finished the season 9-6 overall, 7-0 in district play, but the girls finished 16-3 with an 8-0 undefeated district record themselves. Both Bethany teams won District 4A1. The guys didn't lose the entire month of April. The girls didn't lose all of April and May.
Yeah, they didn't lose from right around spring break. Just past spring break, yep.
Wild to say, by the way. Wild to say. The girls were 15-1 versus Class 4A opponents. And the one loss they took was at the beginning of the year while basketball was still playing.
Yep.
Yeah. So they essentially went undefeated 16-0 versus Class 4A.
Yeah, that was just incredible. They did not lose they didn't lose since we started actually like really getting into covering them. So that was just dominance from mid-season on.
Pretty much.
It was crazy.
Essentially 15-0, perfect in 4A. That's wild.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit more about the guys, though, first. Their playoff came to an end in the first round when Clinton stunned them in a 1-0 loss. But up to that point, they had been, again, performing extremely well. A lot of multi-goal wins under their belt.
Yeah, they did really well from really Ada on until the first round against Clinton, which Clinton was no slouch this year. They were 10-6, and they didn't lose too many in the district. But if I can pull up Clinton real quick, if it'll let me. There we go. So, yeah, 10-6. They won, or they lost, let's say, 2 out of their last 5 regular seasons. 3 out of their last 5, excuse me. And then they just went on to beat Bethany 1-0 in an absolute stunner. I didn't know what – they just couldn't – kind of Clinton gave Bethany a taste of their own medicine in a way because they just would not let them breathe whatsoever on their side of the pitch. So it was just crazy from start to finish. There was a lot of contact, but, they weren't calling anybody for excessive contact, let's just say.
I do remember in that game, the reason I thought Clinton won was because, as you said, they didn't give them a chance to breathe. There were always 2 bodies on the ball handler.
Every time.
And a player come from behind pretty much at every open opportunity to take a steal. And Clinton was absolutely overly aggressive, but it worked out for them in that one. Overly aggressive was the game plan.
Yeah, and it was just whenever guys like Eli Marquez are having trouble getting the ball across midfield, there's a problem. So, there was probably a combination of they were just kind of off that day, and then Clinton they got no space to really do anything because they were trying to get it across the pitch, and they couldn't find a way to get their guys the ball. So they had a couple of opportunities for shots on goal, but they were quickly erased by Clinton.
Let's talk more, though, about the guys coming up to that season. What would you say the Bethany boys soccer team did very well this year?
I think the best thing, and Coach Williams is coached for both squads, and he really, from what I can tell, he prioritizes the defensive side of the ball because he sticks four people back there and then the goalkeeper. So he really prioritizes, we're not going to let you score. It doesn't matter if we score 1 goal, you're not scoring. So that was his big thing, seemed like, between the guys and the girls. It was just total dominance from him, from the Bethany boys and girls for most of the season, and the girls were a little bit longer in the season. But as far as the regular season goes, there weren't many times, if I can get this pulled up real quick, that Bethany allowed a ton of goals once they got all their players. So from Ada, they allowed a single goal in 7 games. They allowed 1 goal, and the 1 goal was the one that eliminated them from the playoffs. So, yeah, before that, they had allowed, I'm going to call that right around 15 goals. 15 to 16, if my math is right, off the top of my head. But, like, from Ada on March 31st, the boys did not allow a single goal until that game against Clinton. And then the last one came down to PKs.
Yeah, that's crazy how that works.
Yeah.
When the 1 goal you allow is the one that removes you from the playoffs.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the most athletics thing that to ever happen.
Right.
If you wanted to point to someone, what are sports like, that's what you say.
Yeah. Yeah, it was crazy to watch the whole thing, and it was 7 clean sheets, 6 clean sheets, and then the time that they surrender 1 goal is the time they lost.
Yeah. There were a lot of insane athletes, I think, on the guys' side, and a lot of them we're about to talk about here in a second when we go through all the awards they won.
Yep.
But
I was just looking at that, some all districts and all
yes,
states.
I've got them all written down. But
there you go.
I remember especially that, Eli is a player we talked to a lot who's continuing his career. Denton Jaggers was one. The coaching staff pointed out to as kind of a cheat code for them.
Yeah.
Whenever they get to throw the ball in. They had a lot of incredible athletes. Seth Grider in goal, Griffin Tarrant in the midfield. There's just too many to name.
Yeah.
Really.
Well, and, I mean, Jagger, I don't know how, but I couldn't do it. Over his head, he could throw it 35 yards. It's ridiculous. Yep. Like I don't know many high school players that can do that.
I don't either, but we saw a lot of them this year.
Yeah, we did see.
We did. So let's go and switch that over to the girls, though, while we come up on the halfway point of this segment. The girls went 4-0, undefeated through playoffs, obviously. They outscored their opponents 15-5 over the 4 rounds of the state tournament. They won in both regulation. They won in extra time. They had close games. They had blowout games. Mm-hmm. They found a way to get dubs in all of them.
Yeah, and against Holland Hall, that was kind of not necessarily a walk through the park, but it was the closest thing they got in the playoffs. And over the regular season, from whenever they got all their girls back at Ada, kind of like the boys did, there were 3 goals in the regular season allowed. So that's a 10-1 against Hera, 5-2 against Mount St. Mary, which you were at, I wasn't, but a lot of clean sheets, a few mercy rules, and it was just from start to finish, from March 31st on, it was just basically complete dominance, except against Metro Christian when there was kind of some back and forth in that game, but they ended up winning that in PKs with Camden Cons. Shout out to her behind in that goalie spot. She knocked down a couple of them that got them to where they were able to move on. And I there was a handful of times I was a little bit nervous because there was some real ticky-tack stuff going on that we're getting called for PKs and free kicks and stuff like that. But the only 2 goals that Metro Christian scored were on PKs. And then against OCS, that was just it started out slow, but it ended up being a very good game. Cam got a hat trick in the state championship, which, I mean, really no surprise there. But OCS just so forgive me, I'm blanking on the goalkeeper's name, but she allowed, I think it was 2 or 3 goals the whole year until that game.
Check the roster.
Yeah,
over there.
I forgot we had this here, but OCS goalkeeper Lillian Pomeroy. Okay, yeah, she according to our good buddy Ryland had allowed 2 goals all year, and then in the state championship, Bethany gets 4. So pretty much doubles their entire total of goals allowed for the whole year. So it was a crazy game. It was a lot of fun. Usually from what we've seen, Cam will just scorch it to the back of the net. Her goals were on just slow dribblers where she happened to get around the goalie. So it was a lot of fun to call and a lot of fun to watch.
Right, and happened to is probably the best word to use to describe that. Happened to hit that one and it goes in.
Yeah, I mean, the best players tend to find ways to get the ball in the net.
Mm-hmm. I made it for the second half of that one. It was a good time. It really was. But, yeah, well, everything you mentioned right there, just the goalkeeper, it's actually funny because what we said about the guys is kind of what happened to the OCS girls. It's like, hey, did really well all season. The one you give up more than 2 is the one that knocks you out of contention.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not ironic, but it is funny how that happens, right? It's definitely funny. Some of those teams you mentioned actually were teams that the girls met in last year's playoffs around their first of 2 state championships. Newcastle, Holland Hall, and OCS are all teams that Bethany met and defeated last year as well, with Holland Hall being the championship matchup. So you got that in quarterfinals even, really early on. And we thought, okay, that might be their biggest test that they just overcame. Obviously, it wasn't. Obviously, Metro Christian had something to say about that.
Yeah, Metro Christian was they were dogs. It was crazy to watch that one.
But it does kind of point to, hey, these teams are familiar with Bethany. Bethany is familiar with these teams, and consistently the Broncos have been the better in all their contests.
Yeah, that's very, very well put. There's not much to add to it. It's they know each other very well. They're probably going to be some type of mix of Newcastle, Holland Hall, Metro Christian, and OCS for a couple of years to come.
It's definitely what it seems like going at this rate. Hey, as we hit 5:12 p.m., I want to play a soccer video much in the same vein as that baseball video you just saw. It's just a quick, fun one we put together before the show. And then when we come back, we'll go into awards and talk about all those.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the Gospel Station Sports and Talk.
We're here pregame with women's soccer. They're getting ready to play the Ada Cougars. We're here post-senior night festivities with some of the seniors from both the girls and the guys squad. We're going to talk to them real quick.
We have Jaylee, Karis, and Ellen, all great players for this game.
Just stay compact, stay focused. Our goal isn't, make it to stay, like our goal is just next game, get the win this time. So, yeah.
I mean, it was fun to be recognized. I mean, we put in a lot of hard work, so it's just fun for everyone to watch us get recognized.
Yeah, it's always fun getting to be with the girls on senior night and just, being together, getting recognized.
It's our last home game, so hopefully come out with the win. I don't know. That's about it.
It felt good to recognize us and what we've done for the program.
Yeah, I've been playing for 4 years, so it's just nice to be out there and be celebrated.
Hey, girls, look at what's going on behind you real quick. I mean, is there any way it could be any better than this?
No. I mean, thanks for always coming out just to support us always.
Yes, a big thank you, especially to my family for always being so supportive.
Guys, what do you have to say to everybody that's been watching or showing up to these games?
Just thanks for coming out. It means a lot.
Thanks for supporting through the ups and downs.
Thank you for always supporting us and coming out and just celebrating us.
I think it was definitely cool, a different experience than last time. A bunch of more fans, way louder and stuff.
Way closer. Yeah, I liked how it was closer. It was like a lot more of my family got to come, and like it was just a great atmosphere. And all like the props they used, cattle bells and all that stuff. It was just so much fun to be on the field. Yeah, same thing.
They're getting the Gatorade bath ready for Coach Willie, and they got him.
They got the Gatorade bath for Coach Williams. Back-to-back state champions, your Lady Broncos.
Wow.
What a season.
Embraces all around, laughs, smiles, huddles. It's like they didn't lose anything. They've been here before, but the joy, the celebration, it's just as powerful a moment for this Bethany Broncos as the first time they won it. I thought that was a pretty good video again.
That was pretty solid.
That was pretty good. That's a pretty solid one.
Yeah.
I liked having the state championship call incorporated into it at the very end.
Yeah, that was cool. I had a great time calling. I was a little upset that we weren't able to do video, but that's not our rule. That's OSSAA's. So I wish we could have had that just so everybody who was tuned in could watch if they weren't able to be at the game. So they could watch their girls win back-to-back.
It was nice to have it at Taft, though, which beautiful stadium, by the way.
Yeah, and I'm glad we didn't have to make another trip out to Tulsa for that. That was good.
Me too.
And it was a lot closer to home. So unfortunately, I couldn't get Chris out there, but he would have enjoyed that too. He did enjoy the call whenever it was on. He was in the middle of moving, and his wife said no. So, mom always gets priority. But that was just a great time to be a part of that. And we got John Hickman down on the field to be our sideline reporter, if you will, and that was a great time. I'm glad that we got to have that experience.
I thought about pulling that interview to put in the video. To be honest with you, that we got with John, I thought about it very, very hard. I did.
Yeah, it was that was a fun interview. I would have loved to be down on the field during that time, but we had post games and all that stuff, and we got to see them a little bit at the whenever they were all kind of gathered around. So that was a good time, and got to say congratulations to all the girls on back-to-back.
All right, and our final bit for this segment to kind of cap off that congratulations, the awards that all the soccer players have won. All right, here we go. All District 4A1, Camden Cons, Cameron Gear, Brian Zellareyes, Carter Buck, Cesar Garcia, Cody Barton, Isabella Matthews, Jocelyn Balderas, Jazzy Hernandez, Kinley Williams, Maddox George, Weston Hofar, 12 players earning all-district honors. 4A West All-State, Denton Jaggers, Eli Marquez, Ellen Smith, Griffin Tarrant, Corbin Baker, Reese Harris, Seth Griner. 7 players honored there. The All-State game, by the way, June 6th over at Catoosa High School. The Man and Woman of the Year, which is awarded, it's noted as the highest honor that Bethany Soccer can award to one of their players. Eli Marquez and Reese Harris won their respective of the year awards. So congratulations on that one. And reading the description about it, it's not just on the field stuff. For that one, it's off the field as well.
Yep.
Got to be someone of integrity, of high character,
Yeah.
right, to win that award. And I think those are well awarded.
We got some good kids, but yeah, those are well deserved.
And finally, the Jim Thorpe High School Player of the Year, number 3, Camber Gear.
Who else?
100+ goals in her career as only a junior.
It's crazy.
It is crazy. It is crazy. And again, I know they're very happy to have one more year of a lot of these players, especially that junior class.
Yeah, we got to see how many goals she actually has, but we need to take a little prediction to see if we think that Cam can get to 150 before her high school career is over.
You say yes.
I say yes.
I think everybody that actually
everybody who's been able to
think about it.
Everybody who's been able to watch will probably say yes that she can get to 150.
Pretty sure Ryland also said yes.
Yeah,
I think about it. So, hey, but congratulations to everyone that was named right there. That's a big accomplishment. Just speaks to how good the soccer program is at Bethany High. And again, that so much credit to the coaching staff on that, right?
Yeah, it's crazy to have that many players on one squad that are all state and all district and all that. So, yeah, big shout out to all those kids. They're great kids, and they're better people than they are players, and that's saying something. So then my question to you is, where does the program go next year? That's a great question.
It's hard to go any higher.
It's hard. I mean, for the girls, you're aiming for a three-peat. If you're the guys, you're trying to get to where the girls got this year. Yep. I mean, you're trying to win the whole thing as a student athlete, and I think that they have a very good shot. As long as they stay where they're at, then I think they're going to be a threat for a couple of years to come.
I think so too. Actually, I'm going to pull this roster back over here.
Yeah.
Because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they've got their grades on there. Yeah, I know I've counted this before, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Only 6 upperclassmen on the squad that went to state. Yep. I mean, it's kind of like we talked about baseball, very underclassmen heavy, but look at the skill and talent that all of them bring to the table. I mean, with that kind of coaching, you can do anything.
Yeah, you really can, especially with coaches like Coach Williams and Coach Pendleton and all of them. Like, it's going to be scary for this entire district for a couple of years.
Yeah.
Because I mean, let's see, just a couple of players that we've shouted out a lot: Copeland, Kenley Williams, Malia Rios, Jackson Baker, Evie Pipkin, Blakely Harris. I mean, all freshmen this year. They were dangerous out there. Josie Hernandez got a couple more years on her. Reese Harris, she's going to be gone, but just a lot of freshmen and sophomores are going into their sophomore and junior year. It's going to be dangerous for everybody. And Cons is here for another couple of years too. She's an incredible goalkeeper.
And I do love the quote that was handed out on the state program: all it takes is all you've got.
That'll work.
They left everything out on the field. Or out on the pitch, I'll say.
Yeah, they definitely left it all out there. It was a little weird during that game at Taft because we couldn't really gauge a whole lot because it was an actual soccer pitch, not a football field. So it was a little harder to gauge where everything was coming from.
Got to get a better idea of the dimensions on that.
Yeah. We got to study soccer a little bit more. I'll see if by that time the Chris might be able to make it out for a couple more games.
Hey, so actually that reminds me, Chris, Ryland, everybody that helps us on the technical side of this, from everybody at the studio to some of the guys you actually didn't see too much this year. I mean, it takes a lot of people to make this stuff happen, not just you and me on the mics or you and Ryland on the mic at state. It takes a lot of people. And we got to do 3 rounds of playoffs.
Yep.
Which near unheard of, if we're being honest.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
And we got to do 4 rounds of playoffs. The only one we didn't get to do was state.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds right. Yep.
We got to do 4 rounds, I think, of state or of playoff soccer this season, which was not on our radar at all. We didn't think we were going to be anywhere close to being able to do that.
No, we it really helped to have an extra body on everything. So we were able to broadcast a very good portion of everything.
So for me, that's our final thank you, if you will, of this segment to Chad Martineau and all the athletic staff, Dr. Bellows, right, even Principal Jewell, and everybody at Bethany that kind of gave us that opportunity.
Yes.
To go and do something crazy, and really for us it was, and to bring these sports, the joy, the love that the students have for it, and kind of show it off to as many people as we could.
Yeah, and it was a tiring couple of weeks, but it was a lot of fun. We got to do a lot of cool stuff during that couple week stretch of just our final sprint, if you will, of the school year, and it was a great time. And big shout out to the admin at Bethany who allowed us to broadcast those games on video. And the only reason that we weren't able to do the final is because that was a regulation. Mm-hmm. So big shout out to the admin for helping us fund those streams, and we couldn't have done it without any of y'all. So big shout out to everybody who's listening and watching.
As we change our setups and we work out the kinks and see how next year evolves, hopefully we get to do more. I would love to do a lot more.
It'd be a lot of fun to do more.
Yeah, because we've got big plans. We say it all the time, but I promise you, I know I have big plans.
Yep.
So.
We're trying to get as much as we can to y'all Bethany faithful.
All right, let's go to our next break, and then we're into our final segment here on the 2026 Spring Recap live from Qdoba Mexican Eats. Stop by Qdoba at 7002 Northwest Expressway in Suite A, or call 405-470-7772 tonight. If you want to watch the Thunder game while you're eating some great Mexican meals, this is the place to come. They're open until 10 p.m. They accept all forms of contactless payment as well, which is always helpful. Outdoor, indoor, wheelchair accessible. They've got delivery, they've got takeout, and of course they've got catering. Get that app, download that today, get your free rewards, order online. You've got a bunch of different ways to get some great meals. And let's go to one more break, and then after this, final segment. From Yonkers, New York to Bethany, Oklahoma, Angelo's Italian Deli at 6639 Northwest 36th Street offers a genuine Italian flavor that makes you feel right at home. Angelo's Italian Deli features fresh ingredients, daily specials, and a hometown environment that can't be replicated.
Welcome to Angelo's Italian Deli in Bethany. Come on down for the fresh sandwiches, pizzettes, which are individual pizzas. Fresh sandwiches, salads, desserts. Please come on by. Beautiful coffee shop.
With a catering service that can take care of any event, large or small, you'll want to call Angelo's for your next meal. Call 405-441-5842 or stop by 6639 Northwest 36th Street in Bethany. And always remember, Angelo's caters any event. 405-441-5842.
Ship it sooner at 210 North Mustang Mall Terrace is your packaging and shipping headquarters for Mustang and the surrounding area, using all major carriers. Sign up now for your private mailbox and enjoy the benefits a post office box does not offer. Faxing, printing, copies, notary service, and passport photos. Ship It Sooner is locally owned and operated. Call 405-256-6264 or go to shipitsooner.com.
Hi, I'm Trinity. I'm with Red River Credit Corporation. I've been with the loan service for about 2 years. We'd love to help you with your auto or signature loans. We are located at 1081 South Cornwall Drive in Suite 401, Yukon, Oklahoma. Our phone number is 405-354-1930. We offer no credit checks on our clear and free title. Our title loans are a quick service, no credit check needed. Just come in with your vehicle and your title and we can get you taken care of. We offer electronic closing. If you're a former borrower or an established loan here, we can help you from the comfort of your house. We're a quick and friendly service and we'd love to meet you for the first time. Stop by and see us today.
You don't have to look very far to find a dependable roofing contractor because Myers Roofing is committed to quality roofing systems, excellent customer service, and is all local right here in Bethany. Myers Roofing is licensed, insured, and all work is guaranteed. You can rely on Myers Roofing to take care of your next roofing project, and once you do, you'll understand why our customers keep coming back. Residential roofing, commercial roofing, specialty, tile, maintenance, and repair. Myers Roofing does it all. Call 405-787-7433. That's 405-787-7433.
It's Girls' Day every day at Retro Rebel Boutique in Yukon, 1010 Garth Brooks Boulevard, Suite 110. If you are looking for style and fashion for women and children at an affordable price, shop at Retro Rebel and see the amazing selection of clothing and jewelry we have to offer. Tops, bottoms, hats, footwear, we've got it all at Retro Rebel Boutique. We sell beautiful jewelry like our diamond earrings and pearl necklaces, and with our one-of-a-kind jewelry creation service, you get to choose your bling. New arrivals come in constantly, and Oliver & Co. fragrances paired with gift cards make perfect gifts for those close to you. Call 405-868-7719 or stop by 1010 Garth Brooks Boulevard, Suite 110 in Yukon.
Sword and Stone Apparel in Mustang creates handmade quality gifts for men and children perfect for any occasion. With handmade clothing, toys, soaps, and candles, Sword and Stone Apparel can gear up anyone. Stop by 108 South Castle Rock Lane in Mustang to browse their shelves, where you'll find 3D printed items, hats and chains, and much, much more. Sword and Stone is perfect for those who like sharp blades and a touch of dark humor. Call 405-806-5444 and ask about sales, gift cards, and more. Locally owned and operated. Thunder up!
Stephanie's Vintique and the Plaster Paint Company is all Oklahoma made at 3821 Asbury in Bethany, featuring vintage, chalk paint, antiques, clothing, vegan soaps and lotion, homemade cards, decor, and furniture. And space is available for rent to start your own business at Stephanie's Vintique and Plaster Paint Company. Call 405-249-3604 and see why people are coming from all over the metro for this paint and decor. Or you can visit us at theplasterpaintcompany.com and also see us on Facebook. Stephanie's Vintique and Plaster Paint Company in Bethany. Start your Vintique experience.
Ahí viene el toro. Esto sí está grande. Nadie te da más. En esta temporada nadie te da más. En esta temporada esto te va a gustar. Si vas a hacer los taxes, no.
Final segment of the 2026 Spring Recap Show here at Qdoba. Luke Young, Blake Vance on the Gospel Station Sports and Talk. Thanks so much for tuning in, by the way. We've had a fun show so far. Now that we've made it to our final segment, the only thing left to really talk about is the other school that we got to cover this year. In fact, the other state championship we got to cover this year.
The other state champion.
So this is going to be a lot of fun. I hope you stuck around this far. I hope you've enjoyed it. Qdoba Mexican Eats, 7002 Northwest Expressway. Of course, we've talked about them in length, but the people here are as good as the food, if not better, right? I mean, every time we come in here, they hook us up with the drinks, with the food cards. No matter how big a group we have, they're always eager to see us come by and do these shows, and it really is a great time every time we do come by. Stop by yourself. Highly rated on all apps. Food and drink, customer service, atmosphere, all of it. They've got some of the best ratings in the biz. So make sure you call 405-470-7772 today. All right, Blake, where do we want to start with the Tuttle Tigers?
Oh, that's a great question. I mean, we started covering them in that spring festival. Where is that at? Yep. Oologah, Weatherford, and MacArthur, I believe, is where that started, where we were doing that. Yeah, 3-0 wins, 3-0 win, 9-0 win, 10-1 final, the final.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it was just, they were just dominant from start to finish. They finished with a 36-4 record. It's very hard. I don't know if you knew this, but it's very hard to luck into a 36-4 record, especially in baseball.
I would say you are correct in that.
It's very hard. Not impossible, but very hard to do.
Very difficult to luck into that.
Yeah, and then, I mean, they didn't surrender too many runs at all during the course of the regular season. And then, again, and then in the tournament, let's look. A 19-0 win, 12-2, 9-0, 9-0, 16-3, 5-0, 8-2, 11-4. So that's 6, 9, 11. So 11 runs surrendered in the entirety of the between regionals and the state, and then they got much more than that. I think you said somewhere in the 70s or 80s in terms of runs scored.
Yes, I went through and counted it, and if I'm not mistaken, throughout all the playoffs dating back to regionals, Tuttle outscored opponents about 75 to maybe 70.
Yeah, so 30, 49. Yeah, it's somewhere in the 70s.
Yeah, it's a lot to a little.
A lot to a little bit, yep. very hard to win when you can't score. So big shout out to the Tuttle defense.
Yeah, and man, the Tuttle Tigers, a state championship in football in the fall, a state championship in baseball in the spring, with a lot of similar athletes shared between the two programs. And again, that just speaks to the talent that school brings in. They're such a big baseball and football school.
Yeah.
And that showed in the fans. That showed out too.
Yeah, and I really do enjoy that the Tuttle, like really most of the 4A schools, are willing to share athletes instead of making them specialize, which I think that's just good for the kids in general, to allow them to just, mess around with some different things. If they're good at more than one, why not let them play more than one? So if they just want to specialize in baseball or football or basketball or soccer or whatever they want to do, if that's what they want to do, cool. But I think I don't think it's a great idea to force them to specialize in one. So, but yeah, from start to finish, they were just totally dominant. There aren't many wins here that are by less than like 5 runs. So, and pretty much none in the state tournament except for Lone Grove, who they won 5-0 against. So, and then I believe, if I'm not mistaken, you can correct me if I'm wrong on this, but I think Hera, it's either Hera or Broken Bow that Trey Barnes pitched the perfect game that we were at, and that was a fun one to watch.
I have it right here. It was Hera on April 30th. He went 7 complete, struck out 11 en route to that PG. And
that was a fun one to call.
That was the 8-0, whatever that. No, 9-0. Excuse me. That was.
Yeah, and we were watching that, and about 5 1/3 in, I didn't say anything, but about 5 1/3 in, I was like, wait, has he given up a walk? Because I knew he hadn't given up a hit, but I was like, has he given up a walk yet? And I looked at my stat sheet, 0 walks, and I was like, he's on his way to a perfect game. I didn't verbalize it until that very last one, but yeah, that was just incredible to watch.
Yeah, and there's definitely something impressive, to say the least, about a perfect game in the playoffs.
Yeah, perfect game in the playoffs, and he hit a 2-run shot, I believe, to left center. So
yeah, Tuttle's roster was definitely more traditionally built, more upperclassmen heavy than some of the other teams we've seen. They do have a lot of seniors, a lot of juniors, especially juniors that took the field this year. But now, don't let that dissuade you from, betting on the Tuttle Tigers in the future, because that junior class does include Trey Barnes, does include Lucas Gilberts and Parker Madisons, who we saw this year, Dahlgrens, and a lot of really solid players. Dakota Mallory, who we saw a lot this year, is a junior. Mesa Dickerson.
Don't forget Cannon Henn. He was a dog out there.
And Bronson Johns, who is – oh, no, wait. Johns is a senior. That's my mistake. Barnes is a sophomore right under him. And Luke Dahlgren, who I don't think I mentioned yet. We saw him there at the very end. They're more definitely traditionally built, upperclassmen heavy, but they're going to have one more year at least where they are the team to beat, I think.
Yeah, they definitely will have at least one more year to where they will at least be a threat to make it deep. They may not get all the way, but they'll at least be a threat.
Some of those seniors that will be graduating this year, though, names you will recognize, of course, Jet McCoy, Tyson Kennedy, Hunter Watson, Anderson Forrest, Hudson Heathco, all of these guys, Jet Jones, one we've mentioned, and obviously Bronson Johns, who I just brought up. That's a core of players that have more than left their mark in Tuttle America. Those guys have near redefined what it means to be a champion in recent years.
Yeah, and that's the thing is they're very good, and they all just love playing with each other. You see the joy whenever one of them succeeds, they all succeed. And that's really how you build a champion. It's not any one of them, it's a collective. And one game it could be Jet McCoy going off. One game it could be Heathco having a great game. A game it can be Traylon Barnes pitching a PG. It doesn't matter. They're going to beat you one way or the other. They're going to find ways to win.
And more often than not, it was all of it at the same time.
Yeah.
So Tuttle finished atop District 4A3, obviously. They went perfect 14-0 in district. Looking at their class records, 1-1 versus 6A, 1-0 versus 5A, a ridiculous 29-1 versus Class 4A.
That's nuts.
Yeah, it is. I looked up at one point who their 1-4A loss was. Let's see if I can find it again.
What was it?
I don't remember. Honestly, it was a long time ago, so I don't remember who it was because that was like beginning of the year type stuff.
Yeah, before you really have a chance to know what you're at. Looks like Mount St. Mary's the one they took, and they beat them in the championship.
Yeah, which is the next point. Their championship run took them through a lot of teams they'd seen before, culminating in Mount St. Mary. You're right.
Yeah, so they were against top 5 opponents. They were 5-0 against top 10, 6-0, 8-0 against top 20, 1-1 in 6A play. So there's levels, and they beat a 6A school. They only lost to the other 6A school, Owasso, 4-5. So by a run. So they're going to be very dangerous for the next couple of years.
Tuttle's playoff run took them through teams like Hara and Clinton, Broken Bow in the area round, and into the actual state tournament. That was Lone Grove, Southsaw, and Mount St. Mary. And eventually, we ironed out the seeding and finally figured out what that was supposed to be like. High seats. Lone Grove, obviously their first round, Lone Grove was the 8. They were the lowest they saw.
Yeah, and they were really good.
The road just definitely did keep getting a little bit tougher and a little bit tougher, and every single time the Tigers rose to the occasion.
Yeah, so it was a 5-0 win, then a 8-2. So basically they just put 2 runs on the end of each win. So
pretty close.
It's pretty much the same thing. It's they doubled it and gave it to the next person. So
I guess so.
I was kind of tuning in a little bit because the Mount St. Mary I wasn't able to go to because I was out in Shawnee. We had a soccer game that evening or the afternoon. So you and Luke were on that, but I was kind of peeking in every once in a while, and every single time I peeked in to listen to the call, they put up another 3 runs. It was ridiculous. So, they just dominated that tournament, and Sallisaw was, I would argue, probably their toughest matchup, and they beat them by 6 runs. So it was just incredible in the state tournament from start to finish.
Right. So Tuttle was the number 1. Lone Grove was the number 8, as I mentioned. Salsaw was the number 4. They beat the number 5 team, Blanchard, to get to Tuttle. After that, they had Mount St. Mary, which the other semifinals match of Mount St. Mary and Elgin, the number 3 versus the number 2, was actually probably more interesting than Tuttle Sallisaw was because Tuttle kind of defeated Sallisaw, but Mount St. Mary, Elgin was closer for a little bit until MSM finally pulled away and won by 4, 9-5.
Yeah, and if I remember that Sallisaw one correctly, they were out like 6-0, and then Sallisaw just got a couple of runs across in the middle innings, and then Tuttle's like, okay, we're done playing with y'all, and they took the rest of it.
That was a big home run game again for them.
There was.
Which both of the first 2 were big home run games, and that was, again, maybe something that Tuttle did better than any other team.
Well, and I didn't say this during the broadcast, but I think, if I'm not mistaken, Heathcote hit a home run every single game that we were there. I may be wrong on that, but
you might be right.
I think he hit a home run every single state game that both of us attended, which is 2, but I think he hit a home run both of them.
The ones we were both at for sure. Yeah, for sure those 2. The MSM
I don't think he not homered in a game since we got there.
It was the Hudson Heathcote playoff for sure.
The Heath show, as we say.
Yeah, he and Watson especially. Really
Watson. He pitched and hit a home run, so I mean there's a lot of that going around with the Tuttle Tigers.
There definitely was.
I'm gonna go ahead and pitch and shut y'all out, and then I'm gonna hit a home run while I'm at it.
I mean that's what our perfect gamer did in the district round, or excuse me, in the regional rounds. That's exactly what he did. Traylon Barnes, pitching,
that's hard to beat whenever you can't score and the pitcher's hitting home runs. Very hard to beat.
Again, you see a program that's just been handled extremely well by head coach Breck Draper and all of his assistants. They're backed by excellent support as well from Scott Moore, their superintendent, Matt Serber, their principal, and Sean Brooks, their AD, who you and I have had a lot of dealings with. He's helped us out a lot on those baseball games. So, they've got the system to win. They've got the talent to win. They've got the understanding to win.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and they know how to play. They don't make a whole lot of mistakes. There is one every once in a while, as we said. That baseball's a game of mistakes. If you miss the ball 7 times out of 10, you're in the Hall of Fame. So it's a game of mistakes, but they just didn't make a whole lot of them. They made significantly less than whoever they were playing, and there was a handful of times where it probably should have been an error, but somebody like Andy Forrest or somebody else just made a play.
Right.
So there's a handful of times that it should have been, but it just didn't happen that often, and it's very hard to beat a team that just doesn't make mistakes.
Right, and I mean, you go back to that broken bow round in area. I'm going back through the stat sheets right now. You have both starters going 5 innings at least for the win, striking out at least 7 for each of them, and you have the batting order putting up at least 3 runs in at least 2 innings in the competitions. It's like they got 6 runs as a guarantee, and there just aren't many teams that can keep up with that.
There's not a ton of them at all, and whenever you got a team that doesn't make mistakes, hits the ball, they do play a certain amount of small ball. They get guys on base, they hit home runs. Very hard to beat those.
Very, very difficult. In fact, it was so difficult that no one did.
That no one beat them. A couple of teams got lucky, and one of them was a 6A team.
All right, so do you expect then, and I think I know this answer, do you expect Tuttle to stick around and maybe make a run for the championship next year?
As long as those players stay around and don't transfer or anything, I think they'll be in pretty good shape to make another deep run.
Why would you?
and knock on wood, no injuries.
Yeah, that's true. Injuries are the great equalizer.
That is going to be the one thing that might make it interesting.
Now, I would not be surprised if they had people transferring in, if we're being honest.
Oh, yeah.
The kind of athletic school
well, that's the thing. They're so deep in the roster that it's a bit like OKC. The last guy on the bench is still really good, so he could start for a Salazar or something like that. And not to take a shot at Salazar, but they could start at other schools.
Yeah,
that's my point. Just for the audience, but yeah, they could start anywhere if they, but they just happen to be at Tuttle.
All right. Well, I think honestly we've got 15 minutes left. You just mentioned the Thunder again. They've got the Western Conference Finals tonight. You want to pivot and just talk about some current sports for a little bit?
Yeah, we can talk a little bit about it.
Well, let's talk about it then. San Antonio, OKC, down in Texas. Western Conference Finals Game 6 tonight. What is the chances the Thunder wrap up the series here?
Well, I'm not as confident as our friends at Integrity, but
you're not as confident.
I'm not 98%. I'm not 98% confident, but I would probably give them tonight a probably 55% chance of winning.
Ooh, still favored.
Little bit over half, but the thing is it is so hard to it's so hard to win a closeout game, period, and you're on the road.
Yeah.
So it's incredibly hard. If they win, it's only going to be by maybe 10 points, I think, unless they just come out, punch San Antonio in the mouth, and they just give up. That's the only thing I can think of. But I picked San Antonio to win this game tonight.
I mean, I'm pretty much right there with you. This entire series has been back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. One wins and the other wins. So,
the only time someone won 2 straight was OKC, the second game and the third game. So,
yeah,
I don't see it. I don't see them having back-to-back wins tonight. And especially if San Antonio gets out to a very good start, I could see them just being like, all right, let's call the dogs off, take this L, and go back and win it in front of our home crowd.
Maybe. I mean, that's the thing. We've seen OKC go to 7 before. They did it last year, in fact.
Yeah, against Denver and
they took
Indiana.
A lot of teams to Game 7 and won in the end. So, no, I do think that the advantage in the series still lies on OKC's side. But, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they dropped this game.
Yeah, I don't think either one is that far superior to where they can win 2 games in a row. So, I mean, literally, aside from Game 2 and 3, it's been literally back and forth because OKC won and took back home court advantage, and then they just couldn't make shots Game 4, and then they just went ahead and let their foot off the gas. Like, all right, we'll just get y'all at home real quick.
Yeah.
So, it would not shock me if OKC ends up winning tonight, but I don't see it.
My question is, what we've seen from San Antonio, do they run the risk of letting their emotions get the better of them and throwing it away?
Yeah, they definitely could. And Wemby not addressing the media, that didn't help his case. It looks like they're in his head a little bit because of all the physical play and all that. And, Stephon Castle doesn't get any calls, because he doesn't grab or push anybody at all. I call him the human bop it, if you will, with all the grabbing and pulling and twisting and all that stuff. But, I think that there's going to be some level of a little bit more fouls being called on both sides, and it's just going to come down to who can weather the storm best.
Maybe. I know you'll be tuning in. I'll be tuning in back at home. I'll be eating some Qdoba while I tune in at home.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting one, and I think we talked about this a little bit in the pre-show, but they don't do very well whenever Zach Zarba is officiating. So we shall see, but you never know. I picked OKC in 7. I'm sticking to that. I don't see how they win tonight in San Antonio unless just everybody decides to go nuts.
Yeah. It's either that, or I think it is if San Antonio potentially doesn't play up to theirs because they've let everything outside get to them. But you never know. You really don't know at this point.
And it's a game of runs, so I think probably if OKC is down by more than about probably 15 to 20 going into the fourth quarter, I think Dagnall just says, all right, we're just going to go ahead and give you all this one, and we're going to take off and get on the plane home.
Interesting. On the college side, the Women's College World Series is playing right now. Actually, a little bit earlier today, right before we started, Tennessee knocked off Texas. And as an OU
There you
fan,
go.
I'm very happy about that. 6-3 in the Women's College World Series. They hit them only 7-5, but it was good for that 3-run differential. So, hey, I'm always happy when the Burnt Orange is taken out.
I'm never upset whenever Texas gets taken out. That was potentially my dark horse, Texas, but they got knocked out early. So I'm pulling for Texas Tech.
All right, we're about wrapped up here. This has been the 2026 recap show from Qdoba. Thanks again to Qdoba for allowing us to come by here for hosting the show, 7002 Northwest Expressway, Suite A. As we wrap up the show, one more thank you to you guys, and tune in over the summer as we do some summer baseball. The schedule for that is online somewhere. I know it's on the Bethany sites at some place, but we'll try and find that, and keep an eye on the YouTube. The games
We're not going to try to tune into some banana ball?
I don't think they're inviting us,
Oh,
unfortunately. For Qdoba, call 405-470-7772. Or go to locations.qdoba.com to find one that's closest to you. Of course, the Northwest Expressway location is ours of choice. Download the app, order the catering for your next event, your next party. We've got a lot of birthdays and graduation events that have been happening here, and Qdoba is always great for that. So I think that's about it for us. I'm going to play those 2 videos I made because I like them and I want to play them again. So that'll take us right to the end of this break, to the end of the show. Thanks one more time for tuning in. Just have a great night. Go Thunder.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the Gospel Station Sports and Talk.
We're here pregame with women's soccer. They're getting ready to play the Ada Cougars. We're here post-senior night festivities with some of the seniors from both the girls and the guys squad. We're going to talk to them real quick.
We have Jaylee, Karis, and Ellen, all great players for this game.
Just stay compact, stay focused. Our goal isn't, our goal is just next game, get the win this time. So, yeah.
I mean, it was fun to be recognized. I mean, we put in a lot of hard work, so it's just fun for everyone to watch us get recognized.
It's always fun getting to be with the girls on senior night and just, being together, getting recognized.
It's our last home game, so hopefully come out with the win. I don't know. That's about it.
It felt good to recognize us and what we've done for the program.
Yeah, I've been playing for 4 years, so it's just nice to be out there and be celebrated.
Hey, girls, look at what's going on behind you real quick. I mean, is there any way it could be any better than this?
No. I mean, thanks for always coming out just to support us always.
Yes, a big thank you, especially to my family for always being so supportive.
Guys, what do you have to say to everybody that's been watching or showing up to these games?
Just thanks for coming out. It means a lot.
Thanks for supporting through the ups and downs.
Yeah.
Thank you for always supporting us and coming out and just celebrating us.
I think it was definitely cool, a different experience than last time. A bunch of more fans, way louder and stuff.
Way closer. Yeah, I liked how it was closer. It was like a lot more of my family got to come, and like it was just a great atmosphere. And all like the props they used, like kettlebells and all that stuff. It was just so much fun to be on the field.
Same thing. They're getting the Gatorade bath ready for Coach Willie, and they got him.
They got the Gatorade bath for Coach Williams. Back-to-back state champions, your Lady Broncos.
Wow.
What a season.
Embraces all around, laughs, smiles, huddles. It's like they didn't lose anything. They've been here before, but the joy, the celebration, it's just as powerful a moment for this Bethany Broncos as the first time they won. Welcome back to Bronco Baseball in Bethany, Oklahoma. A lot of great players have taken this field, but tonight we're honoring 3 in particular. It's an 85 degrees and beautiful day outside for senior night 2026. Look at that. The field is ready. The fans are ready. And the Western Heights Jets are ready as well. All that remains to be seen is who leaves this field with the win.
Brody and Carter are 2 big guys on the night.
We are here with the man of the hour, Mr. Cooper Suarez. This is our Blake Nightingale player of the game.
We're here post-game with the one, the only Connor Sindis starting DH today.
The player of the game by Blake Nightingale, Corey Draper Whitner. Well, we're here with Trip Williams and Cooper Suarez. We got the man himself, Cooper Willis, right here. 10 strikeouts on the day, a couple of hits to his name.
Just believing in myself to get it out, Just really, finding the swing, like he said, and just doing what I can to help us win these district games.
Yeah, I just had a lot of trust in my defense to make the plays, and I was told by Coach Willis to throw strikes, and that's exactly what I did. It's great. I feel like I can just throw it right down the middle, and I know that they're going to make the plays, and that's exactly what they did, and it was good. And then we had Carter and Damien come in, and they did the same thing I did, and it was good.
We shouldn't go out there, play our game. Doesn't matter where we're at, what the other team's doing. We just got to do what we do.
Pretty confident. Came out the gate blowing it by them.
Yeah.
I was proud of my teammates. They had my back. Just being nonstop amazing.
You already know I'm consistent every day. When it comes to life, brushing my teeth, doing everything. I'm consistent in life.
It's just awesome. I don't know. I had a feeling in the field. I was like, man, I'm gonna hit this ball pretty far. And then I was walking up there. I was like looking at these guys, and I said, I'm gonna do it. I don't know. It felt really good. These games at the end of the season really help carry the momentum and really help push the team into a central goal and helps the chain really roll together.
Outstanding job by my defense. Shout out my boy Brody. Great plays. Connor Sindis. I love them.
Coach, 200 wins. That's not an easy thing to do. How's it feel like getting it with these guys?
Awesome. I tried to say that in our group talk down there and just butchered it, but it means a lot. When you get to do this with people you love, it means everything. And so it's just been a great night. They've gone on a nice little run, and we want to kind of keep it going. So it's pretty good.
Cooper Willis, Coach, congratulations on 200 wins. We got a ball right there. There it is. There it is.
Hey, with the Bethany Broncos, our whole lives are consistent. Everything we do day in, day out, everything we do.
That's all we got to say. All right. Well, that'll do it for us. Cooper Suarez, Trip Williams. Good luck out there at Blanchard. Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll let it in post. Don't worry about it. But there you have it. Hey, come on in. Yeah, there you go. Hey, there you go. There you go. All right, we'll see you on the playoffs.
Say aloha to your new favorite shaved ice and coffee shop, Aloha Shaved Ice. on the corner of Northwest 39th Expressway and Council. Aloha brings the summer vibes no matter what the weather looks like outside. Their year-round shaved ice means you get to enjoy classic flavors like grape, strawberry, and cotton candy, while their extensive selection of coffee complements that chill flavor perfectly. Looking for something different? Aloha has specialty drinks for days. Try the Banana Split, Fuzzy Monkey, Spider-Man, or Shrek. And trust us when we say that's only a small part of their specialty lineup. Sharp-eyed visitors may also notice Aloha's local support in drinks like the Bethany Broncos, SNU Crimson Storm, SCU Eagles, and Boomer Sooner. You can enjoy games like chess or Candyland while you dine in the cozy atmosphere, or sit outside and find yourself whisked away to the shore. Kick back with all your friends at Aloha, 8000 Northwest 39th Expressway. Call 405-633-7778, and remember that you can take that sunshine with you thanks to their drive-thru lane. Aloha Shaved Ice and Coffee Shop, 8000 Northwest 39th Expressway. 405-633-7778.
At the home of the Gotta Have It, you'll find Apple Tree Antique Gallery, located in the heart of downtown Bethany at 6740 Northwest 39th Expressway. Enjoy spacious shopping with up to 77 unique vendors across more than 10,000 square feet, offering everything from jewelry and clothing to one-of-a-kind treasures and so much more. Don't miss our third Friday weekend specials every month. And yes, we're open Sundays. Call us at 495-0602. Apple Tree Antique Gallery in Bethany, home of the Gotta Have It.
Med Spa and Aesthetics at 800 South Garth Brooks Boulevard, Suite 100 utilizes cutting-edge technology and personalized treatment plans centered around your goals, your comfort, and your natural beauty. Experience a range of services from IV therapy, Sculptra, acne treatments, and much more. With state-of-the-art machines like the T-Shape 2, Eris Lunara offers non-invasive, proven, and natural solutions for healthier skin that will have you feeling exquisite and rejuvenated. Other services like platelet-rich plasma therapy and peptide therapy not only enhance your natural features, but promote recovery and health at all levels. Call 405-563-1255 or stop by 800 South Garth Brooks Boulevard, Suite 100 to find out about what Eris Lunara Med Spa and Aesthetics can do for you. Remember, call 405-563